to us and giving us the space to share these concerns and hopefully collaborate to find ways to tackle this will make some progress.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the call, Tara. Very considered and moving call. Let's go to Katie, first time caller in Bracknell. Hi, Katie.
Hello, Vanessa.
What do you think about this one?
Well, I'm a white woman and I had shocking care myself. So I don't think it is just, black women getting the bad care from white people. I had terrible care from all different nurses, but it was mainly the ethnic minorities. But I don't think it was racism. But anything to do with racism, I think they're so overrun, they're so overworked, they find it hard to care as much because they're shattered and they're seeing so many people. I got really bad care, but I don't think it was because of the colour of my skin. But it's easy to say that and blame that. But I don't think that is the main issue. In some cases, yes, but not in this big extent. I went into A&E and I was turned away. I had ovarian torture, so I was in absolute agony.
You poor thing, how awful. Ouch.
And every doctor I saw was like Asian or black, and the same as the nurses. They said it was a muscle strain. They said I wasn't in enough pain to warrant having a scan. All I needed was an ultrasound scan. Eventually, I was in so much pain I had to go to hospital after 2 weeks of being in and out of A&E and not being seen, not being allowed a scan. I then got taken to a hospital, had a black nurse when I arrived, and I was hyperventilating from the pain, and she just came in and said, "Stop breathing like that because you'll make yourself pass out." And I was being sick, so she came and shot more liquid morphine into my mouth while I was hyperventilating, so I started choking. She just left the room. There was no care, but A&E was heaving.
Oh my God, this is awful. This is awful. I mean, just the whole thing. I know the whole conversation is so distressing. I wish you well. I hope you're all right. I've got to bring that to a conclusion because we've got to reach the end of that subject and move on. But thank you everybody who joined in with this. Really appreciate every call and thank you. It's been a very personal, very meaningful conversation. I think we're going to continue though with something else. So tomorrow, as I'm sure you know, is Father's Day. You know what Father's Day is. You don't need me to teach you a lesson in what Father's Day is. A day to celebrate the fathers who have played, obviously, a pivotal part in conceiving us. Apart from anything else, without them, we wouldn't be here. That is clear. But I wonder whether you feel you really know or knew your dad. If you could sit down, and maybe you can, maybe you're going to tomorrow, maybe you can't because your father passed away, but if you could sit down with your father and ask your father a crucial question, what would you want to know about your dad? For many people, fathers absent, shadowy figures, self-contained, didn't say much. If you had anything to say, they say, ask your mother, tell your mother. What would you ask your dad? 0345 6060 973. I'm Vanessa Feltz and this is LBC.
On your radio, on the LBC app, and
Play LBC.
Leading Britain's conversation. This is LBC.
From Global's newsroom at 5 o'clock, a Democrat politician and her husband have been shot dead at home in Minnesota in what officials say appears to be a politically motivated killing. State Governor, the former US vice presidential nominee Tim Walz, has been speaking at a news conference.
We're here today because an unspeakable tragedy has unfolded in Minnesota. My good friend and colleague, Speaker Melissa Hortman, and her husband Mark were shot and killed early this morning in what appears to be a politically motivated assassination.
Another state Democrat politician and his wife were also shot and wounded. A search is underway for a suspect who may have posed as a police officer. Downing Street says Keir Starmer has reiterated the need to de-escalate the conflict in the Middle East in a conversation with Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince. Dozens of people are reported to have died in Iran following fresh strikes overnight. At least 3 people were killed in Israel. Israel's defence minister has warned Tehran will burn if Iran continues to fire missiles at the Israeli home front. Volodymyr Zelensky has warned a sharp rise in oil prices that's been seen following Israel's strikes on Iran yesterday threatens Ukraine's position on the battlefield. The Ukrainian president says it'll benefit Russia and bolster its military capabilities. After 5 nights of violence in Northern Ireland, hundreds of people have taken part in a rally in Belfast calling for greater political leadership in opposing racism. Police say they're actively investigating people who've been inciting the disorder through social media. The unrest has led to some people putting signs on their front doors to indicate the nationality of those living